And welcome back, YouTube. This is Booster Box Buster here with another video. Today I am very excited to share with you my Yu-Gi-Oh! Mini Figure Series 6 collection video. This particular line of miniatures was made by the Mattel company and was released between the years 2002 and 2005. This particular line of miniatures also can feature any dual monster that appeared in the anime, or any duelist that appeared in the anime. Now, Series 6 is, I think, where the series kind of starts to drift off a little bit. It's not my favorite series. There's some really good miniatures, but there's also some really not so good miniatures in this particular set. And it also is the very first set to feature an exclusive miniature to the 3-pack. And what I mean by exclusive is that it's not a variant exclusive. It is an actual monster that you cannot get anywhere but the 3-pack. It's not like a different coloration of a monster. No, you can only get it in the 3-pack and nowhere else. So it was the very first set to introduce the exclusivity to the 3-packs. So with that being said, Series 6 contains 9 individually packed monsters and or duelist, and 1 3-pack that contains 1 exclusive monsters, making the total set rounded out at 10 figures to collect. With that being said, let's start the video. First up, we're going to start with the Lone Duelist from Series 6, and that is our boy Yugi. This happens to be the 3rd different Yugi minifigure that they released. The first one was in the very first set, which was kind of like when he was dueling Pegasus. The second one was, I believe, Series 2, and that had Yugi featuring the Star Chip wristband from Duelist Kingdom, and then Series 3 is Battle City Yugi featuring the Dual Disc and holding a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I gotta say, this is probably my favorite version of Yugi, just because the Dual Disc is a really, really iconic part of the show. And when you think of Yugi from the OG series, you think of him in the Battle City Dual Disc outfit, typically. Of course, he's sporting the Millennial Puzzle around his neck. Still having those blue shoes, blue pants, blue coat. So really rocking the blue. Although, once again, I think in the show he has black or brown shoes, but it's easier just to paint it all one color. And of course, that lightning style hair. I gotta say, this is a pretty cool duelist figure. I'm not gonna lie, I would have, if I had a choice between this or a different character that did not have a figure yet, I would prefer the different character. But, it is nice to have Yugi with a dual disc nonetheless. That is number 1. Alright, up next, I believe this is a Joey monster, and that is Guruzi's. Very, very opposing monster. I really like this particular figure. Let me see if I can lessen the light blow a little bit there. I gotta say, Guruzi's looks really awesome. I really like this particular style that he has here. He looks large and in charge. That axe looks classic, like Golden Axe or a Castlevania style axe from a video game. I love the scaled skin that he has here. It looks really well done. The giant claw-tipped toes that he has there. His face is actually really well painted if you get a good look at the face there. Yeah, I gotta say, this is a really well done figure and probably one of my favorites from all of Series 6, because Series 6 is kind of a lackluster set in my opinion. But yeah, a fantastic work of art. That is Guruzi's. Up next, we have one that I thought was going to be really, really awesome, but kind of ended up being a not so great figure once I got it. And that is Great Moth, I believe used by Weevil. We have Great Moth. Of course, it has the eye-looking wings on it. Pretty cool. The giant horn. Very basic underneath there, not a whole lot going on there. All the same color, no shading. Very, it feels like they should have done a little bit more fine detail, but once again, it is a cheap plastic toy from early 2000s, so they weren't going to pay a whole lot of attention to that fine detail. Plus, I do have one that has a little bit of a crimped plastic, but it's still sealed, and that is the main point. The figure is not damaged, so at the end of the day, I am happy. Not my favorite figure, but at least it's a recognizable monster from the show and the card game. That is Great Moth. And then up next, we have... I think this is a Kaiba summon, a Kaiba monster, but I'm not 100% sure. This is Rabid Horseman. And I gotta say, this is a pretty cool figure. Holding the mini axe in his left or right hand free. The shoulder pads are a nice touch, and look at those abs. Those abs are like a washboard. Of course, the centaur-like body. And that aggressive face, like he's ready for a fight. I gotta say, not a bad figure. I do like the Rabbit Horseman probably a little bit more than the Great Moth, but not my favorite either. Kind of a, not a, you know, I've never really thought much of the Rabbit Horseman card. Never really thought of him as an iconic monster from the show, so it's just kind of meh for me. I do have one that's a little bit damaged, unfortunately. The packaging is a little bit damaged all the way around, but just like Great Moth, it is sealed. The card to the plastic clamshell is still intact, and that is the main point. Rabbit Horseman. I'm gonna save that one for a little bit later. We're gonna get crazy here with this clown, Crass Clown. So this one's a little bit interesting because it's balanced on a ball. It does have its own yellow base there, which does stabilize it. This guy does not fall over. I've had a loose one, and it does not fall over. Holding the balancing stick. I do like the ruffled neck design there. That's pretty cool. Looks like it's almost bursting out of like an egg, like a Yoshi or Birdo egg. That's kind of interesting. The face is kind of non-existent. Not a very good job on the face. But very bright, very colorful. Once again, not my favorite monster and not a very recognizable monster. It's just kind of meh for me. It's, once again, I don't have much love or hate for this miniature. It's just kind of meh. And it just kind of exists. Not like Guruzi's. Guruzi's is awesome. He's probably one of my favorites from this set by far. Alright, let's do this one next. We got ourselves a Mega Zowler. Now this is essentially a Triceratops, but with only 2 giant horns instead of 3. Um, I, I have no recollection of this from the show whatsoever. I'm guessing it's probably a Rex Raptor card, just because it's a dinosaur. Has some pretty cool spikes. I do like the scaling. The scaling on it does look pretty neat. The face is pretty well done too. I will say that. And the orange color kind of makes it stand out from a lot of the other Yu-Gi-Oh figures in the lot. So that is also a nice touch. As far as the card, and you know, it's another monster that I did this even get a release in the TCG? I honestly do not remember. It exists. I do like it more than some of the others. I like it more than Crass Clown. But it's just kind of another one that, you know, I don't have a lot of strong feeling towards. Not like Series 5 that I really, really liked. Okay. Hopefully this one shows up on camera. Up next we got Hercules Beetle. He is a bright blue, or not a darkish blue. I've had a loose one of this. This does not stand up whatsoever. It constantly falls over. So if you have a loose one, good luck trying to get this guy to stand erect. It usually just falls over forward. You think it'd be backwards because of the back way, but no, because of the way it's positioned, it falls forward, and it's just a pain in the behind to get it to stand. No idea who used this in the anime. Maybe Weevil? It's a bug card. That's the only connection I can make. It's very monocolor, but that's kind of true to what the monster was in the anime. You do see its beady little eyes kind of poking out there. Honestly, I'd much rather have a man-eater bug over Hercules Beetle, just because I can make the connection to Bakura, but yeah. And I actually used man-eater bug back in the day. But yeah, we do have Hercules Beetle. Another figure that is just kind of meh. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. That's the best way to describe Series 6. It's kind of just meh. You know, figures that I don't necessarily dislike, but I don't necessarily like. It just kind of exists. Now this one, I don't remember who used it. Maybe it was one of the Big Five. I'm pretty sure one of the Big Five used this as one of its avatars. From the virtual arc where they went in the video game world. We got ourselves Judge Man. Now, this figure I actually like. I do like Judge Man here. He looks pretty cool. Sorry, the light's kind of just absolutely destroying it. Kind of point that away a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that picks up a little bit better. So yeah, that's Judge Man there. So, as you can tell... Sorry, I'm just adjusting the light. I want to try to make sure he's not glaring. Because it's kind of just absolutely washing him out of the photo or video. But yeah, Judge Man, come on. I'm just going to point this away for now. As you can tell, I love the 2 giant maces that he's holding in each hand, or yeah, one in each hand. That is really, really cool. His giant purple cape in the back, that's awesome. His pose, he just looks, he looks foreboding. Like, you would not want to run into this character. He's going to smash you on each side of the head with a mace and just make your head go pfft. That's pretty cool. And then that arrow pointing down, I don't know if they knew what they were doing at the time, but that looks very, very suggestive. Like he's a frat boy, and he's wearing one of those shirts that's like, "Hey, inspect down here," and it points an arrow to the guy's crotch. You know, that type of thing. It looks very suggestive, and I love it. It's a very innuendo style joke, and I love it. It is hilarious. And then of course he has the giant gray white beard, the like faceplate covering his eyes. This is just a really fun figure. I know it. Like I said, I want to say it was used by one of the big five in the virtual arc, but I could be wrong about that. And that is Judge Man. One of my more enjoyable figures of this set, unintentionally, just because that down arrow is so funny to me. Alright. So, with that being said, we are at number 9. The last individually packed one, which means I do have a complete individually packed set. And that number 9 belongs to the infamous Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. Now this is a banger of a figure to include in this set. I absolutely love this. They fixed the major problem of the first one and having a gape jaw just being like hinged to its max. This one is a much more Ridley style, I'd say, face job from a Metroid, and I gotta say, I absolutely love it. I love the like sheen blackness to it. It's not pure black, it's more like a metallic black, and I absolutely love that they really nailed that particular style. And I gotta say, this is a fantastic figure. Definitely worth having in your collection if you are a Red Eyes fan, a Joey fan, or just a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. This is such a cool figure. That's Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. A Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. Not Darkness Metal, that's a different card entirely. Alright, with that said, we have arrived to the 3-pack of the set. So, the 3-pack, and this is worse for wear. I mean, it's rough, but it is technically still sealed. I had to tape it up a little bit though, because it was starting to come apart. We have ourselves the Dinosaur 3-pack, with Sword Arm of Dragon from Series 4, Mega Zowler from Series 6, and the exclusive to the 3-pack, cannot get anywhere else but the 3-pack, Two-Headed King Rex. That's a staple of Rex Raptor. I gotta say, these two I don't have much to say about because I've already talked about them in previous videos. If you are a kid, this is like the best pack ever, because dinosaurs, when you're a kid, are super, super cool. And even to some adults, dinosaurs are really cool. I mean, look at Jurassic Park. Look at archaeologists that work with dinosaurs. You know, museum curators, what do they call them? The people that walk around and talk about everything. You know, all those people love dinosaurs that work in the dinosaur field. So, but yeah. As a kid, this would be like the coolest 3-pack, and I can understand this selling out pretty quickly to its targeted market. Sword Arm of Dragon, I'm not going to lie, that looks kind of lame. Mega Zowler, I do like that design. And Two-Headed King Rex, the two-headed monster, that just absolutely looks fantastic. And yes, before you say anything, this is This is a 3-pack that is brought from a different country. At the time, I could not find one available in the United States that was sealed. So I bought it from a different country, so this is not an imported, this is an imported 3-pack of the Dinosaurs. It came a little bit roughed up, but I was able to save it, just tape up the top a little bit, because the top was starting to break away from the card. And it's good to go for now. If I ever can find an English 3-pack for cheap, I might pick it up and replace it. Then I might just open this one up because it is starting to be a little bit worse for wear, but that's a story for a different time. The two-headed King Rex, I do say, that is a pretty cool figure, probably one of my more favorite ones of set 6. I do really like that. It is a fantastic setup for set 6. So that being said, that was Series 6. I do have a complete Series 6 set, and I forgot to mention in the previous video, I do have a complete Series 5 set too. Everything I showed you was everything available from Series 5. So Series 5 and 6 are, as far as I know, unless something secret was released for them back in the day, completed collections. So now I have to say my favorite figure from Series 6 and what figure I think will hold the most value over time. Well, narrowing down my favorite ones is not going to be too hard. Easily my two favorite figures from the set are right here. Red Eye's Black Metal Dragon and Guruzi's. Both are absolutely excellent cards. Both are actually Joey cards too, so see somebody really favored Joey at the company. If I have to choose between the two, I'm not gonna lie, I think I like Guruzi's just a hair more. Guruzi's just barely beats out Red Eye's Black Metal Dragon. Don't get me wrong, they're both fantastic miniatures, but I just like the color and what really puts me over the top is the scaling of the skin on Guruzi's. That really puts me over the top. If it didn't have that fine scale detail, Red Eye's Black Metal Dragon would have won easily. Alright. So, now that you have learned which figure I like the best, now it's time to share what figure I think will hold the most value and be the hardest to get in the future, and that's an absolute no-brainer. Red Eye's Black Metal Dragon. It is a fan favorite card. It appeals to Joey fans, it appeals to Red Eye's fans, and it appeals to Dragon fans. So this is an absolute no-brainer. It's an improved version of the basic Red Eye's Black Dragon from the set 1. And it's just an absolutely fantastic miniature. If you are able to get this one, I highly suggest to do so, because I do think the price on this is going to go up in the future. And it'll be rare, like really hard to get in the future as well. Well, with all that said, this has some Booster Box Buster with Yugioh Mini Figure Series 6 collection video. Please let me know in the comments down below what your favorite particular miniature is from this set. You've heard mine. I would like to hear yours. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you want to help out the channel, subscribing is a great way to do so. And if you want to get hopefully get instant notifications when I upload a video, please hit that bell icon as well. Until next time, this has been Booster Box Buster, and I'm signing out. Peace. For those of you that waited, there will be a Series 7 and Series 8 video sometime in the near future.